Hello and welcome to Future Lighting Solutions, Lighting the Way. Today, we're going to be taking a look at the tools we've developed at Future Lighting Solutions to help with horticulture fixture design. Selecting the best LED for a specific application and simulating the in-situ performance metrics of a system can be difficult and time-consuming. That's why we've developed a suite of tools to make the product selection and design process quick and easy, no matter your design objectives. In today's video, we will be covering the Lighting System Selector, a mobile app used to select a full ecosystem of LEDs, drivers, and associated products given basic input parameters on the go with or without an internet connection. The Horticulture Lighting Designer, which can simulate the combined spectrum, PPF, efficacy, and color ratios of a mix of LEDs, as well as simulate the PPFD resulting from an array of fixtures and compare that to the needs of various plants. The Usable Light Tool, used to determine an LED array's flux, efficacy, and power consumption given an operating current and temperature. And the Lumen Maintenance Projection Tool, which helps evaluate the flux maintenance of LEDs and determine the operating conditions at which a Q90 of at least 36,000 hours can be met.
The Lighting System Selector, or LSS, is a publicly available mobile application for Android and iOS to generate a complete lighting system on the go. Given broad design guidelines, the Lighting System Selector can help select the best LEDs for a specific design. After selecting the application, either greenhouse, vertical farming, or horticulture UV, the Lighting System Selector can be used to browse the LED options for that application. The LSS conveniently orders the products by their performance so that you can easily choose the ones that meet your performance goals and only lists LEDs that are recommended for new designs with short-term availability. That can be very helpful for when you don't know from the get-go which LED families you want to use. Once the light source has been selected, the LSS will guide you through the selection process for the rest of the system components, such as drivers, optics, and accessories, where the tool will make sure to only show products that can work together. That way, you can rest assured that the components selected can be used together to make a complete functional fixture. Once we've completed the selection process for all the system components in the LSS, we can generate reports that will be automatically emailed, which contain all the information of the system, part numbers, certain characteristics of the products, and even links to their datasheets. Now that we have a general idea of which LED families to consider in our design, let's move on to the Horticulture Lighting Designer. The Horticulture Lighting Designer is a very powerful Excel-based tool where we can simulate many aspects of a horticulture fixture before making a prototype. Although we now have an idea of which LEDs we want to use, we still need to determine how much flux of each LED color will be needed to meet our spectrum and PPFD DLI targets. We simply start by entering the LEDs that we want to consider for that design and adjust the flux of each part through iteration until the combined spectrum displayed matches our target. The combined spectrum of the LEDs entered is displayed graphically, along with spectrum metrics for easy analysis. Once our LED mix has been set, we can then simulate the PPFD and DLI of the fixture or an array of fixtures, and the tool will show where that PPFD and DLI of the system falls within the range of needs of various plants. We can then adjust the flux of the LEDs to once again hit our PPFD and DLI targets. Once the simulations have been run and we are happy with the design, we can generate a PDF report that regroups all of the inputs and outputs of the simulations into an easily shareable format for engineering discussions or comparisons. Now that we know which LEDs we want to use and how much flux from each LED type is needed, we can use a usable light tool to determine how many LEDs are needed and how to drive them in order to obtain the target flux. Although datasheets specify electrical and optical characteristics of LEDs, such as flux and VF, at a specific current and temperature, in application, we may choose to drive the LEDs at a different current, and the LED's in-situ junction temperature rarely happens to fall at the temperature at which characteristics are specified. The Usable Light tool solves that problem by calculating and simulating the performance of LEDs at any input current and temperature within the LED's operating range. Here, we will use the ULT to determine how many LEDs are needed and what current to drive them at. The results page of the ULT also displays electrical power consumption, which we can then go back and enter in the Horticulture Lighting Designer to have the efficacy of the system calculated. From there, we can either be done, or if we need to optimize the efficacy, iterate between the ULT and HLD to arrive at an optimal solution. The ULT, available online at futurelightingsolutions.com, is free to use and is regularly updated with the latest LEDs from our suppliers. Finally, the Lumen Maintenance Projection Tool, or LMP, is an Excel-based tool that contains all of the relevant information of LEDs, L-meter reports to run TM21 calculations, and more. The LMP tool can calculate flux maintenance metrics of LEDs, such as Q90, at various currents and temperatures to once again further optimize the system. Here, we can enter the LED selected and their current that was determined in previous steps to evaluate the flux maintenance metrics. This way, we can make sure that the LED selected will respect the flux maintenance metrics of the application, such as a Q90 greater than 36,000 hours for DLC. The LMP can also generate PDF reports with all the relevant information of a flux maintenance analysis in an easily shareable format for future reference.
If you are at the design phase of a horticulture fixture, looking for alternatives to your current solution, or simply want to explore the possibilities for an eventual project, we invite you to reach out to Future Lighting Solutions for an in-depth discussion on how we can help you achieve your design goals. Thank you, and have a good day.